Yeah, I'm still new to this. I'm still new to this live stuff. I don't know how much I'm going to be going live. Really, I'm only been going live because my my wife is out of town with my son, and my daughter goes to sleep pretty easily and early. So I'm able to find the time to do this live, and I have this. It's the weekend, so I have all this time off. But first things first, before we get into the topics for today. So today I'm going to be talking about kind of like my process and what I do to make comics, my comics specifically. And then I'm gonna show you guys some of the comics that I bought today. I went to out of town, just to the town next over, like an hour away, with my daughter, and I went and picked up a couple comics after I took her to go do some fun stuff at the Children's Museum. So I'm just gonna show you those, and then after that, whatever else whatever my conversation of me talking to myself goes into, I'll just go there. So but first thing before I do that, I want to just promote my my website. This is where I have pretty much all of my comics and stuff on. You go check out the website. Everything on there is free. Sign up for my mailing list so you can get all the updates, behind the scenes stuff, and everything like that. If you can, buy a sticker. $5 a pop. Super high quality stickers. If you can, get one, and then also just check out all my back catalog of all the comics I've worked on. Strange Fruit Revenge is my latest comic that I worked on. It is a horror comic. So yeah, if you guys are into that horror type stuff, historical horror, it's the story of Nat Turner meets I Spit on Your Grave. Is about a runaway slave who got captured, killed, and is brought back to life by a deity to get revenge on the people, on his masters, and help free his fellow slaves. It was a great comic. Had a good time making it. So yeah, if you're into that, go check it out. You can also check out some of my other comics. I pretty much have my whole web series BAM on here, 11 chapters of that, and then I have the Lost Zone, which is my very first venture into making a comic, a full length comic, whatever, right? So enough of that. So yeah, let's get into it. Me, I don't see myself as a how-to type person, right? Because I still am in my training phase, right? I'm still learning how to draw, learning how to write. I'm still learning how to do these things. So I don't know how comfortable I am teaching people how to do certain things, right? Most of my channel is surrounded on my deep views on manga, comics, the comic book culture, and the industry and things like that. I'm not really into the tutorial type thing, but there aren't really a lot of tutorials out there for people who write and draw their own books. So I kind of just want to give you my little thought process when it comes to making my own comics. So pretty much, I kind of said this a little bit in the last stream, right? So there's people who are architects when it comes to creating comics, and there's people who are gardeners, right? So an architect is somebody who's gonna have everything meticulously laid out, everything planned pretty much to the T, right? They're gonna make sure everything from the foundation up is solid, planned, and done, the best to the best of their abilities, and without having to falter from that plan. A gardener, which is somebody is a person who will plant the seeds and just start watering it and see what grows, and adapt to how that plant grows. So that's more of my style when it comes to creating, especially when it comes to one shots and short stories and things like that, right? I just kind of make it go as it grows. So if I need to add or take away pages, I will do that. If I need to change up the dialogue, I'll do that. Right now, I have no dialogue written for this one shot, right? I don't have a script really written down. I have a little like bullet points and stuff that I have in mind, but generally speaking, I don't have any like a real script. Like let me go. I'll go find the script for you. It's in my notes, right? Of kind of like everything that that I have written down, right? So let me show you. Like, so this is my notes, right? Pretty much, like this is kind of like all the like if I have like ideas or thoughts that I want to convey in the story, this is what I'm gonna put in, right? Like, so like these are like some of the, you know, the key points that I want to hit in the story that I make sure I hit, you know, when I was doing the thumbnailing page stage. And if I had specific things that I want to put in the story, I'll put that in there. But these aren't like end all be all parts of the story. Like if if these parts don't fit into the story as I'm creating it, then it doesn't fit into it. If I need to change it up, I will change it up. It's not, I'm not married to any of these ideas, you know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much like a thing I did. I think I might have did this at work or something like that. I don't remember, but yes, and I do this quite a bit. You know, when it comes to like my one shots, right? I don't have anything planned out. Like I can show you my let me see. I have, I think let me go to my Google Drive real quick. So in here, right, I have two things for my Spider-Man story. Let me turn on the screen. Let me go to it. So right here, right, I have the outline, right, for kind of like I said in the notes thing, pretty much like what I kind of want to convey in certain parts of the story, right? So I have everything kind of, I just went in there and I just wrote down every idea, you know, so I pretty much act one, right? Page 1 through whatever is what I want to get on there, right? The next page I want to, yeah, I'm like, that looks weird. Ugh, whatever. You know, next thing I kind of, you know, the next act, right? So I tried just, this one I want to split up into 3 different acts, right? The beginning, middle, end. So the beginning is this part of the story, which is pretty much all the pages I got done so far. So I pretty much have the first act of the comic done, right? And so now I'm about to move into the second act, which is pages 17 to 36, which is with everything I have written here. And then the third act will be, you know, it's the ending and pretty much me wrapping everything up, right? And then this is like my original script that I was writing one day. I think I was like on the treadmill, or I was, you know, doing like a walk, and I went and just wrote down, and I just went and just wrote everything I could, right? I didn't write too much. I mean, my scripts aren't like that detailed, right? So I just do, since I draw and write my own shit, I don't excuse me, I don't really have too much on there, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to go into great detail because I will do that while I'm in my thumbnailing phase, right? So my dream, and I have other scripts in my thing. And then let me show you what I did with when it came to sorry, when it came to when I was working on BAM, right? So when I was working on BAM, I have a folder. Let me see if I can find it, of like every single script from beginning to end. Let me get that in there. Boom. So here, right? So I had this folder. It has all of my BAM chapters, volume 1, volume 2. So I had like a summary. I have a like a summary of like when I was thinking of BAM, I was thinking, okay, how would I get it to where I'm going to be pitching this to a publishing company, right? So I made like a cover sheet. I made a whole lot of different things, right? Like scripts, summaries, log lines, cover letters. These things, like I pretty much treated it as a professional series, right? And then like if I go to my scripts, right? See if I can. Oh wait, stop that. Here we go. It's a PDF. So you know, I had the whole thing. I had a program on my last MacBook. I don't have it on this one. That I forgot what it was called, but I would just, you know, it was one of those programs that you that like script writers, quote unquote, use to write, and I did everything pretty much from panel. I laid every single thing out, so I was able to, you know, I was an architect when I did what I did BAM, right? So I had everything laid out, so I was able to make sure it was a seamless process in making my series. So every script, all the dialogue, everything was in there for a reason. I didn't have like any like lines or anything that was not meant to be in there, right? The whole story was written out the way I wanted to. So like when I went to my thumbnailing phase, when I went to my scripting phase, I mean my writing my drawing my pages, it was just straight from the script. Thumbnailing was easy. Everything like that was pretty much straightforward. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't have to waste any time because I knew that. Let me get back on the screen, right? Shit. Sorry. Like I said, I'm new to OBS, but so pretty much I knew that like I wanted this to be a series, and I knew my goal for this series was pretty much to do this. Shit. Sorry. Whatever. My goal was to pretty much do this monthly, right? So I started, I think, in late 2022, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do a I needed a 3-month buffer, or I think it's 4 months. So I did the first 4 chapters from like the summer of 2022 to December, and I posted the first chapter, bam, in December. So after that, I pretty much, had a buffer, and I was able to drop chapters monthly, and it made it look like I had, I was able to drop chapters monthly, and made it seem like I was dropping chapters monthly, even though I had already pre-planned. And that's pretty much what most comic book creators do and manga creators do. They'll have like the first like, a few chapters done and written and, done. So like they were able to keep on schedule and stuff like that. So with BAM, like I said, I had story plot points for every single character. I had everything for every single story arc written, and I did it in 6 issue story arcs. So the first six chapters of BAM, he's fighting a particular group of the first 6 chapters he's fighting a gang called the Prism Gang, right? And that was the first 6. That's the first story arc. The second story arc, he's fighting a different character, and then I had everything else planned out. I still have it planned out, and it's a series that I want to get back to. But right now, if you watched the last live stream, I pretty much just wanted to an important note. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna when it comes to writing, I'm just writing it out. I don't care about the grammar. I don't care about the spelling and everything like that. So I appreciate the the spell check and stuff. I'm not very good at writing. Spell check is definitely my friend. Grammar, all that stuff. But yeah. So like I was saying, I had everything pretty much planned out for the series, right? So and then BAM, I want to get back to, because this is gonna be my like one of the series that I want to take my time on, and I have it's gonna be like a 3 saga episodic. It's gonna be like my opus maximus, whatever the term is, right? But pretty much, I like my artwork just wasn't up to par, right? If you look at this is like my old artwork, right? This is 2 years ago, and still cartoony, just winging it. Wasn't really trying to what's the word, like focus on anatomy. I just wanted to draw, and I just wanted to tell the story that I want to tell, right? All these chapters are up on my website still. I'm not going to take them down anytime soon, but I'm definitely at the end of this year, probably beginning of next year, I'm going to just redraw the whole entire arc, these chapters that I have out, and then just continue working on BAM probably for the near future, and just put out graphic novel per graphic novel, like every 6 chapters, like I said. But yeah, I mean, this first chapter I feel like it's like my strongest writing, in my opinion, because I feel like the story, it flowed very well. I feel like everything kind of like went the way I wanted it to. I just didn't feel like my artwork was where I wanted to, especially where the things that I wanted to see in my story. And I am an artist and I am a writer, so I wanted to keep hone on these skills and get better and better and better every single time I work on my craft. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to like hire an artist. I don't want to do that. I'm not opposed to like getting a colorist or getting variant covers done by other people and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is like my project, right? I don't know if you guys know who like Jeff Lemire is, right? But Jeff Lemire is the artist of Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth isn't drawn the best, but the story is super great, right? So it's like you can have this balance of having a great story and not so good art, and it'll work out kind of like Frank Miller, right? Frank Miller's artwork is it's good in some instances, but like overall it's still like kind of wacky. Certain stories he was better than others with his artwork, but his writing overall was always immaculate. Compared to somebody like a Rob Liefeld or Todd McFarlane, where the writing wasn't that great, but the art was super good. So it kind of like it evens out. So I want to be evened out across the board. I want to be like both good on both, and obviously it takes time to do that, and I'm not in no rush. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 26, right? So I'm hoping by the time I'm like 30, 35, man, I'm in a good spot with my artwork and my writing skills and things like that. But yeah, BAM it's a good series, man. I mean, if you guys haven't read it, which I'm sure a lot of y'all haven't, because a lot of y'all are new to this channel, new to this to what I got going on. But yeah, man. I mean, like, go check out BAM, and leave me some feedback, and let me know what you guys think about it. I'm definitely sorry. I'm posting on my Instagram that I'm live real quick, so I'm gonna be live for another 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna post a link so people can come fuck with me while I'm doing this shit. But I'm live right now on the channel. But yeah, so yeah, so BAM, like I said, BAM is just like my like the story that I really want to focus on once I get my artwork there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then like I can show you kind of like my art process when it comes to drawing. So let me show you. So like usually I'll do like, so these are some of the thumbnails I had for BAM. So like this is kind of how my thumbnailing was. It's just rough, nothing super crazy. I found these this template on I don't even remember, man. I have so many random assets on my Procreate. I've been using this program for the last like 5 years. So I have a bunch of just random random assets and shit that I just use, like pens and shit then that I don't even use, brushes and stuff I bought or I got downloaded for free. If you use Procreate, I'll let you know right now that having a bunch of brushes just doesn't really matter. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so these are kind of my thumbnails, and I kind of just simply just draw whatever just to kind of convey what I'm gonna put on the page. Mostly is for just kind of like panel layout and structure than it is for like what I'm actually gonna draw on the page. You know what I'm saying? Like in the panels, right? And I used to do let me see if I can show you on this one. I used to do like these are like the thumbnails I have for my Spider-Man account, right? So I used to do like roughs, then I'll do like a more refined drawing where I would like draw over the roughs and like do like a quote unquote penciling, right? And then I would ink over it. But then I just completely just cut out the penciling part, especially when I started working for BAM, because it just took too much time, and it didn't make any sense for me to do that. Like, what's the point of me? Like, these are my roughs, right? I can just easily like I could do just tone it down. You probably can't see it, but I would just turn the opacity down, and then I just ink over it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the point? There's no, because when you work digitally, there's no real penciling, right? It's just like lines to ink. You know what I mean? It saves time, and there's no point in doing all that extra shit. Like, I don't have an inker. I'm not gonna have a professional inker. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. So that's pretty much my whole process. For writing and drawing. I think most importantly, when it comes to doing these things, is not to stress yourself out too much about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what your goals are, you should, like, you're supposed to be having fun with this. Like, it's not like you don't want to overwhelm yourself and shit. Like, get it done when you get it done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I have a career. I have a job that I'm getting paid enough to where I don't have to worry about my bills, and I also have like other things that people want in their life that I don't have to worry about no more. Like having like a wife, having kids and stuff like this. I don't have to really worry about too much of that other like shit. So but here's like, this is like when I was like studying anatomy, I would like get a bunch of pictures from Pinterest and make like little like cheat sheets, so I don't have to worry about fucking keep going back and forth. And then I found that website called Line of Action. That's a good website. It just shows you a bunch of references and you can kind of go through there. What is this? Oh, this is my sketchbook from last year. I was starting to get at the end of the sketchbook. I was starting to get into like drawing. Starting to get into like drawing and structure and trying to practice my anatomy. Let me go to my my newer sketchbook. Is that my newest one? No. I have another one. Let me see. Where the frick is it at? Is it right there? No. This 2023, 2024. Am I tripping? Is this no? That's the. What is this? I have a bunch of just random files on here. I don't even know what the fuck. This is. Oh yeah, this is it. Right here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I found this feature on Procreate where you're able to like. This is my sketchbook. 23, 24, volume 2. Yeah. So like if you put on your if you all of my Procreate users, if you put on the page assist, it pretty much opens up. See if you do like this, it's all just a hush push. All my my layers, right? They're all fucking together on one canvas. But if you put the page assist on, it pretty much makes like a digital sketchbook. So that's what I pretty much do. So in this sketchbook, I pretty much was just straight on business, like so it's upside down. Pretty much practicing perspective, anatomy, posing, stuff like that. So that's what I was doing in between. Once I finished chapter 11 of BAM, I was pretty much like, you know what, I'm going to really hone down on like my skills and stuff like that. So drawing just random stuff, some cool Spider-Man stuff. Just perspective, anatomy. Just a lot of that type of stuff. Like this is pretty much what I was working on. I bought these books. Give me a second. I'll grab them. These are pretty good books. Where are they at? Let me open up my. Turn the screen off and zoom in on me real quick. What up? So I pretty much bought these. They're by Taco. I don't know if this person. They're on. They have a lot of like. I have them on Instagram and I think they're on Facebook. They pretty much a lot of their posts go viral like all the time. If you are in, like part of that, the algorithm of art stuff, and they have like, a lot of their lessons on there. And they have these 2 books. They have I think 3 of them, and they're pretty good. They have a bunch of just like it's just straight drawings of just like stuff. And pretty much what I would do is just look at a page, and I just draw everything on that page. Pretty much that's was my my studying skills, right? I would just whatever they had on the page, I'm just drawing it. You know what I'm saying? So, hands, I'm drawing all the hands. I'm trying my best to draw all of it. I mean, yeah, I mean, and I like these. I like these art books because the descriptions are super short. It's mostly just the pictures, and I'm really just like a visual learner when it comes to art. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna just draw it, and you know what I'm saying, and just keep drawing, and keep practicing repetition for that, and then after a while, you know what I'm saying, like you just get. Personally, I just got bored freaking, practicing art the whole time. Let me take a sip of some of my juice real quick. Delicioso. But yeah, so like I just was like, all right, I'm gonna just start working on some comics because I don't feel like fucking drawing this shit. I mean, like, there's so much you can do in practice that you gotta put like so many pieces of anatomy you get in practice until you're like, all right, I just want to fucking let me do something else. Learn what is it? Realism first, or it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I agree with you with that. Near fantasy that realism. So like I said, I would go to this website called Line of Action. And Line of Action is pretty much like this. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's pretty much like this website where you just put in like there's a bunch of models, and it would like you get like a time limit. So I would put it on 2 minutes, and I would just practice the posing. In fact, let me go through some of this sketchbook, and that's what I would. What the hell? My iPad's glitching out. This fucking file always glitches out. But yeah, I would go to that Line of Action website, and I would just do this. I would just find figures, and I would just draw all the figures and just see all these poses and stuff. I would just go in there and just practice these poses and stuff like that, and just simply just like see. I would love drawing basketball players because I feel like that was like super fun. They're super dynamic poses. Like this one, I think came out pretty good, and people shooting the ball and things like that. And and I did that for like about like 2 months before I was like, all right, let me start just making some more comics because that's what I like to do, personally. But excuse me, perspective, drawing these heads, just yeah, just a lot of that stuff. That's what I pretty much try to do to get better. You know what I'm saying? And like art is one of those skills that just takes time. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have a knack for it. Some people get better faster than others. Some people it takes longer. Some people just don't comprehend, or I don't know. Like I'll see people. I got a hair on my fucking laptop. What the hell? I would just see people who just like they're like drawing for like years, like 10+ years, and they're just like their skills aren't like up to par. So I don't know like what the issue is. I don't know if it's a cognitive thing. I don't know if it's just like you just didn't learn how to study art, which is like what I did once I took my step back from drawing BAM, and I was like, you know what, I want to learn actually how to draw. Like, I would ask people like, oh, how did you learn to do this? How do you do that? And they'll tell me this concept, and I'm like, I don't understand this concept. Like construction, deconstruction of the figure, of perspective, like in perspective and anatomy are like the two most important things, especially when you want to make comics and manga. Like if you don't freaking know how to do perspective, you're pretty much fucked. Like you can't do no dynamic pose, you can't do your fight scenes are gonna look flat, you're not gonna be able to draw background, just a whole bunch of stuff right like that. So and same thing with anatomy. If you can't draw anatomy, it's just gonna look goofy, you know what I'm saying? So those are the two things I really focus on when it comes to my artwork and drawing and things like that. Shit, what the fuck, some Lobo. But yeah, I was just practicing perspective, 2-point perspective, figures, and all these are just like I would just go on Pinterest, find a bunch of drawings of or not drawings, photos of people, and I would just draw them. Pretty much, just like that's all I did for like the longest. And I just wanted to make sure I wanted to fill out my background of what. I can see your background. You talking about on my my laptop? I mean, on my MacBook or on. I mean, whatever. Anyways. But yeah, I was just drawing, practicing. This is like the early designs for my comic character, my Spider-Man character that's gonna be in the upcoming one shot. Cover art. Like more perspective drawings. The mock-up cover art for the Spider-Man cover. But yeah, when I would just have some 30-40 minutes, a night before I went to bed. Oh, okay, drawings you did. Okay, I see. Okay. But yeah, like when I would have time before I went to bed, just get like a 30-minute session of just practicing on something, you know what I'm saying, a day. I haven't done it lately because I've been just trying to knock out these pages for I'm going to Heroes Con next month, or like in 2 weeks, sorry. So I've been trying to like get these pages done. So I'm gonna get a couple like ash cans made so I can give them out to some of the comic artists at the convention, and what's it called, like just get some feedback on it and stuff like that. Things like that. So BAM, I think I'm gonna redesign them when I do the when I go back and redraw BAM. I'm gonna do a redesign, so I might give him some hair because I've been studying a little bit of character design, and like having a like dynamic silhouette or a standout silhouette was helpful, whatever. So I think I might give him a different silhouette and simplify his costume a little bit more so he doesn't have too many colors. Because in the original design, he has like a what's it called? He has like a trench coat type deal, and he has short hair, and I feel like that's kind of like not basic, but whatever. Do you have a list Discord? I don't have Discord. You could definitely just DM me, and I'll give you whatever knowledge I have. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just shoot it in the chat right now, and I'll answer whatever you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not like super. I mean, depending on what your question is, I'm pretty knowledgeable on certain things. I've been studying comics and like the industry and things like that as I've gone along. So if you guys, whatever you have questions about, I could try to answer to my best ability, pretty much. No Discord though, not yet. I don't. Maybe once I get more of a following, I might fuck around with Discord. But some more stuff. Yeah, no problem, my boy. Drama, MF Doom. Oh, these came out pretty dope. Tyler the Creator, my favorites. Yes, these are just some drawings. I haven't really fucked with my sketchbook in a while. These are just like random. Like I drew this for my son just because he wanted me to draw Batman, so I just drew him. He's like, oh, midget. Look how short he is. Drew in like 10 minutes, but whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about like my comic process. You know, I was thinking about doing like a how-to like series on my channel, but like I feel like I want to keep my channel one theme, so I might just do more live streams later on if I have time in the future of like more meticulous things. If anybody has more, you know, in-depth questions or whatever. But yeah, so like, you know, I can show you some of my older BAM chapters. This is the last one I did. Even from like the first chapter to the latest chapter that I did, the artwork got better. And this is another thing that's really important. Like, the more you draw comics, and this is it's just be like a simple thing, the better you're gonna get, right? So like, the more I was drawing, the better I was getting, you know. But it was flawed growth, right? It was flawed progression because I was teaching myself bad habits and things that didn't like matter because I was just winging it. Now, like if I didn't know like what I would do is if I didn't know a specific way to draw like a perspective or angle, I would just find something that kind of looked like that. Like say if I wanted somebody drawing like a drawing of somebody throwing a punch like this or throwing their hands like this or whatever, I would just find a picture of like the closest picture I could of that, and I would do. Which reference is cool, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with using reference, but like if you're not actually learning from like why it makes sense for the hand to move like this and why, you know, how to do this, it just eventually it's just gonna catch up to you and it's just not gonna look good, right? But yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at these pages in a long time, but I like this. I think this came out pretty good. I remember I went to a convention out in my city and I showed the color artist for, I mean, if you see this Hulk poster back here, if you and he was looking at our portfolio, and I was like, I remember being super nervous showing him my shit, and I was like, oh man, like I don't know why I'm so nervous, but but yeah. Let me see. I got a question in the chat. Was it, do you still draw traditionally or use marker? So pretty much, so my lifestyle with like work and stuff, I pretty much draw straight digitally. Right now, I want to get back into drawing traditionally, but like I travel so much with work, and my working hours are pretty long, like, you know, during the week, so I can't really like carry a Bristol board and stuff around and markers and pens. Like I have all the supplies in my closet, and I'm pretty sure they're all dried out because I've used them like 2 years. But I've heard from a lot of people that learning how to draw traditionally is better than learning to draw digitally. I mean, I feel like it's more of just like your preference. I definitely want to get into more traditional work just because I like watercolors and I want to learn how to paint in watercolor and stuff like that. My favorite color artist is Dean White. He's the color artist on Kick-Ass. If you don't know what Kick-Ass is, it's let me show you guys. Kick-Ass is the series by John Romita Jr. and Mark Millar. Dean White, the color artist on here, he's like my favorite color artist, and he's pretty much just straight like sorry, let me put that back up there. He's like pretty much a straight watercolor, and I fucking love watercolor. Like watercolor is my favorite like style of coloring, like more than cell shading or anything like that. I love watercolors, but outside of that, I mean, pretty much like for me, I'm just straight digital. Like I'm straight digital. I don't really see much of a negative for digital. I mean, if anything, it's a lot more convenient and stuff like that. Like I said, I travel a lot for work. I do other things for work, but yeah, I mean, if you want to do digital or traditional, you know, it really doesn't matter. Can I use computer paper for drawing? So computer paper. So I mean, I think it depends on what tools you're gonna use the ink, right? So computer paper is cool, but I feel like it's not as durable. But I think it just depends. I don't think you necessarily need Bristol board. Like if you're gonna use like Copic markers or something like that, I think it's definitely gonna bleed through the computer paper. So like you might need like a little bit thicker paper than computer paper to like ink and like do that. But it really depends because I mean I don't know if you've watched when I was doing my research on my Felipe Smith stuff, when he was talking about the pages that he used for like Pipacho and MBQ, his manga series, I think he used computer paper, or like he just used regular like paper. So I think it just depends. I mean, I'm pretty sure like if you're just gonna do like ink and marker, like if you're gonna use like Sharpies or like micron pens and just pencil, I think you'll be straight just using computer paper. And I think he did like I think he used regular paper because it was a smaller like canvas, quote unquote, so he was able to fill it up faster compared to like a Bristol board. It's bigger, so you have to like try to fill in all that space. I think he did that for like more time consumption reasons, but I think most people like American comic artists, I think most of them do their stuff on like the Bristol board, which if I would go back to if I was to go back to traditional, I would use Bristol board myself personally because I draw really big, so like I would use that. That's just me. I also like even with my iPad, I got like the big iPad. I don't know if you can see it. I think this is the 2022 version, the 13-inch one, because I had the little smaller one, the 2021. It was kind of small, and I was like, after a year, I was like, I need a bigger one because I want to use. But I have big ass hands. I'm just a big ass dude. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, traditional. I mean, I don't think anything will ever be traditional because that feel of like drawing on paper, drawing on the Bristol board, and then having that piece of artwork that you can hang up and stuff like sometimes I'll go and show this off in the stream last night. Go and just print out some of my artwork just because I just thought like it was super cool just to see my artwork in physical form, and I'm planning on doing I'm planning on making these, like I said, for Heroes Con next month, and I just think it's just cool to see your artwork just in physical format, but like I said, it just really depends like on what your lifestyle is, if you want to do traditional or digital. Like most manga, if you're like a follower of manga, excuse me about the burp, most of those guys are digital. Like I can show you guys some of my like collection, like Chainsaw Man. If you look at Chainsaw Man is for sure digital. Like you could just tell like these are all digital pages, digital toning and stuff like that. It's crazy that I didn't know until I read this series. So Naruto actually, in fact, was drawn digitally. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even thought. I mean, it came out 2003, something like that. 19, like I think the first like chapter was traditional and the rest of it was digital. Like from like I was reading through the first volume, and I got it like a couple months ago, or like a year ago, because I was like, I want to look at some of the original Naruto artwork. And in between the chapters, Kishimoto, let me see if I can find it. He pretty much said that he drew Naruto digitally. Like after the first chapter, he was like, yeah, I had to do it digitally. Let me see if I can find it where he said that. Let me see if I can find it. Like if you read the first volume of Naruto, in between the chapters, he kind of like buffers out and like most mangaka, they'll do like this little deal where they kind of do like a little blurb. In the first volume of Naruto, he was doing that pretty much in between every single chapter, like drawing like old original Naruto character designs and stuff like that, and why he changed certain things and shit. But in one of them, he says that he stopped drawing Naruto traditionally. He drew it straight digitally. And like, there's so many mangaka that do that. They draw it digitally because I think it's just easier for them when it comes to like when they have assistants and shit. They can just like send the files out. Damn it! Is it in the first volume or is it in the second one? Let me see. Oh man. I don't know, but he definitely said it. I just gotta find it. I don't feel like fucking wasting too much time looking through and trying to find it, but whatever. Yeah. I mean, and generally, I think. Oh shit. Whatever. I think the only real added benefit is like if you're like planning to sell your artwork. That's like really the only really added benefit to doing traditional work, aside from just the aesthetic feel. But it's all really just preference, So let's see what else. I went out of town today. Every time I go to a different city or town or whatever, I always try to hit up one or two of the comic shops or bookstores to see what they got going on. I I have a pretty good collection. I have about like 4 or 5 long boxes of books, of comic books, and I had this whole entire shelf that I built of just like trade paperbacks and manga and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna show you guys kind of the what I picked up today. So as far as comics, I picked up I Heart Skull Crusher Volume 1 and 2. I just like the manga look of it. I've been seeing this online, and so I wanted to like just check it out. I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna read this probably tonight. And then I got the what was it called? Facsimile edition of this Spider-Man 122, which is pretty much like Marvel. Lately, they've been reprinting a lot of their old hit comics and stuff like that. They're iconic shit. So I bought this because the one shot I'm working on is actually based off of this comic, like of this storyline. It's like one of the main plot points in my one shot. So I wanted to read just for like research purposes and shit, like stuff like that. And then I also I went to another bookstore and I picked up a couple of these manga in a trade that I'm gonna try to read this weekend. So I found this cool ass Spawn manga, which is pretty dope. So it's the second volume, which is whatever. So I'm gonna look through it. It's just like super old school. Look this shit. Like Angela, it looks super cool, and Spawn super dope. So yeah, it just reminds me of like early 2000s anime style shit. It's super cool. I fuck with it. I think it's super dope. I think, man, Todd McFarlane. I mean, I have a couple videos on him in my my channel. But yeah, I fuck with Todd McFarlane, man. He's definitely super like avant-garde and like like super just like ahead of his time, and really just would just push the boundaries of what it meant to be, just be like a publisher. And he really just went hard for his Spawn character, you know what I'm saying? Like all the other original, aside from Eric Larson, pretty much all the other like founders of like Image kind of like folded and went back to like Marvel or shit, I'm about to drop my mic. Went back to like Marvel or DC, and you know, whenever he pretty much stuck to his guns. I mean once he found success in making all those toys, you know what I'm saying, making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Even after all those lawsuits and shit, he still was bankrolled compared to like he's just a really good businessman, really smart businessman. On top of that, being a good artist and stuff like that. Not a very good writer. I don't know if any of you guys actually have read Spawn. It's kind of it's a whatever story, like, you know what I'm saying? Who reads Spawn for the story? You know what I'm saying? You're checking it out for the artwork. But so I also found these. It's called Raw Grand, and it's like from the creators of Death Note. So I found these at the store for like discount, like half price. So I was like, oh, this is super dope. And you know, it's funny because I don't know how many of you guys have read Bakuman, but Bakuman, you know, it's by the same creators, Death Note creators, Obata and oh wait, let me see. I think I might be. Let me see. Wait. Where the fuck? Oh shit! It's by the artist from Baku. It's from the artist of Death Note, not the writer. Stupid ass. But it's just cool because like, I mean, even back to my original point. Whatever. I just went to go check my Bakuman shit. But anyway, back to my original point. It's cool because if you read Bakuman, there's a character called the Crow in there who is like the character of the other manga creator, and this character design reminds me of the Crow character. So I'm sure that's where where they kind of got that character from. So it's super cool. Definitely early 2000s Shonen Jump shit. You know, Shonen Jump Advance. And so yeah, definitely gonna read this. It's, you know, Obata is a masterful artist. So, you know, I'm gonna look through this and just see what he had going on back before he started working with the writer of Death Note. Yeah, super sick. So I got those. I got this for like fucking $3. And then I got this Cosmic Detective by Jeff Lemire, who I was talking about earlier, the writer of Sweet Tooth. And then I saw a bunch of Instagram ads of this, and I was like, man, I want to pick it up, but they were low-key taxing for it. So I was glad I found the trade at the store. It was like half price. Like I got this from the same store I got the other one. So Super cool. I'm gonna check this out. Like, I just like the cover art, so it looked pretty dope. And then Jeff Lemire's a good writer, so yeah. Watch this Spawn series. Yeah, the Spawn anime series is super dope. It's really really good, especially like for when it came out and stuff like that. The animation was super dope. The story, the what's his name, Keith. What's that fool's name? The dude that the voice actor of Spawn was like perfect casting. Like I haven't seen a better casting than that. You know, I really, man. Tommy Fallon really should just go back and just do that. Like, just fuck. Because I know he's been trying to push this movie for the last like 10 years. He should just go back to doing another anime series. I don't know why he's done that. I know he announced it, like, that he was going to do another anime series. I don't know why he doesn't do that. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. How long did I do? Oh, 40 minutes. Pretty good stream. I'm going to leave this bad boy up, even with all the little fuck ups and stuff. But, you know, hope you were able to, you know. Oh yeah, Keith David. Yeah, Keith David. He's a good ass actor, and he was a perfect casting for Spawn. So if you ever do another anime series and he's still alive, they need to bring him back, run it back with him. But yeah, like I was saying, this is pretty much the end of the stream right now. Unless you have anything else you want me to talk about or show or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Also, go and check out my comics if you guys haven't read any of them yet. Go check them out. Subscribe to my mailing list so you know, keep up to date when all my new stuff comes out. Get you a sticker if you can. They're good quality stickers. Good quality stickers. But yeah, man. If these live streams do well, I might, fuck around, try to schedule out a weekly, make this a weekly thing, maybe bi-weekly, depending on, like, what I got going on. Shit. Fuck. Oh, damn it. It's obvious shit. But, yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. I'm about to go and watch the Timberwolves Dallas game. I'm pretty sure they're at halftime right now, but, see you guys next time. The Rona project video will be coming out probably next month, give or take. I don't know.